Today I'm at a different location. I'm at my parents' house and I found something that I wouldn't normally let anybody see, but I'm going to show you guys. My name is Charlotte Allen and you've reached my channel, The Felting Alchemist. I'm about to show you something that I would never normally let anyone else see, but I think you'll find it hopefully quite useful and quite amusing. Today I'm going to show you some of the first mice I've ever made, and they've kind of been left in my parents' house for quite a long time, so to be honest with you I completely forgot about them, but let's take a closer look. So here we are with the mice that time forgot. So this is one of my first mice. Oh my goodness me. And he's very, very soft. I've kind of really gone for it felting the top bit and then not really bothered with the bottom bit. And then he's got these kind of strange mutant long legs and no real neck. He's a bit of a creepy chap. Nicely finished as well. But yeah, he's probably one of my he's not the first mouse I've made, but he's probably one of the first. And then moving on, we've kind of got my superhero range here. So sort of slight improvement. He's still kind of lacking any kind of chin, but he's a bit neater. His legs and arms are a bit neater, and he's got his little, I took my hand to a little bit of sewing, which I don't normally like doing, but you can see how he's morphed slightly from this little fella here. So he's an improvement. He's not much of an improvement, but he's an improvement from that one. And we've also got these two ladies here as well. So this one, I made some fairy wings for her from feathers, which actually isn't a bad idea. I might have to revisit that and bring some fluffy fairy wings into my current art. She looks a bit like a Victoria's Secret mouse with fluffy fairy wings. She kind of saunters down the runway. But you can see I've kind of made her crown there. Her face is a bit prettier and a bit smaller than the other two that we've looked at. But yeah, she's got very, very long limbs again. And then we come to this little lady here, and I think this was meant to be a little cupcake, but you can see here I didn't have much finesse when I came to wrapping her limbs. And the pipe cleaner that I used is kind of quite a soft pipe cleaner, so she's kind of she hasn't got a lot of sturdiness to her, she's quite loose. But I quite like the face on this one, she's quite sweet. And she's got a bit more of a chin to her as opposed to the other mice. So you can definitely see how my style's changed over the years. And then I've gone for this very, very kind of baby pink wool as opposed to the flesh colour wool that I now use. So it's just really interesting to see how art develops as you hone your skills and you practice, and then certain things that you found difficult become easier, like the wrapping of the arms and the legs, and then creating things like the chins as well. So over the years I've developed that and made my mice look more kind of chubby and a bit less mutant mouse and a bit more sweet looking. So I guess what I'm saying is it's really useful to revisit your early work, because then you can really gauge where you've improved and what you can improve on in the future. And at the time of making these, I thought these were the best things ever. I was really chuffed with them, and I look back at them now and I look back at them with fondness, but I can see where there's a lot of flaws and faults that now I've managed to correct. But I'm still constantly improving my art. I'm still finding bits and pieces that I can make better. And I think that's important, that we're always developing our skills, we're always improving ourselves. Otherwise we don't come on, do we? And you know, people like Picasso and Van Gogh, not that I'm comparing myself to them in the slightest, but any artist obviously has to start somewhere, and gradually as you begin to perfect your art, you'll find that you improve, things get easier, and you'll really develop your style and your skill. So keep practicing, keep developing your skills and your artistry, and over time you will see how you develop and how much you come along. So I really hope you found this video useful, and I really hope it motivates you to keep going with your needle felting. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, because it just helps me to make more videos in the future. And I will see you tomorrow with more needle felting hints and tips. Happy felting, bye.